Hey guys, I'm the cook's assistant and today we're making the chili potato from RuneScape. Starting off with a preheated oven, we're going to take as many potatoes as we can eat, in my case 1, and we're going to drizzle that with olive oil before giving it a good old rub.
Yeah, boy.
Then we're going to give our potato a light shower of pepper and salt, or salt and pepper, whichever you'd prefer, before popping it into our preheated oven for an hour and a half, during which time we're going to prepare our chili. For our chili, we're going to need a red onion, which we're going to chop about as fine as our surprisingly blunt knife will let us, followed by 2 cloves of garlic, which again should be diced as fine as we can get them. Now we're going to roughly chop a whole sweet pepper. But before we do that, I want to show you guys this cool trick that I learned that helps you to remove the parts of the pepper that you don't want to eat without spreading the seeds across your entire kitchen. So once we've chopped our pepper, we're going to move on to de-seeding and finally chopping a whole but mild red chilli. I'm making this with a non-spice lover in mind, but obviously you guys can use whatever chilies you like depending on your spice preference. With the hard work out of the way, it's time to add a reasonable glug of olive oil to our pan, followed by our expertly diced onion and garlic, which we're going to fry on a medium-low heat for a couple of minutes until they begin to soften. Now that our onion and garlic has gotten to know one another, we're going to complete our culinary trinity with the addition of our chilli, before adding our green pepper. Once our vegetables are sufficiently softened, we're going to turn the heat up in our pan a little bit before crumbling in our mince, which we're going to stir continuously until it's golden brown. After a couple of minutes, we're going to raid our cupboard for the following spices, which we're then going to add to our not yet chili: chili powder, cinnamon, cumin, garlic powder, smoked paprika, cocoa powder, yeah I know, but seriously guys, trust me on this one, and finally, salt and pepper. Then we're going to lower the heat of our pan slightly so we don't burn our spices, before stirring thoroughly for a couple of minutes until our chili mixture is a nice even colour. Next we're going to add a tin of tomatoes, ensuring that you give the tin a couple of token whacks to get the last of the bits out, followed by half a can's full of water. And yeah, you guessed it, we're going to be stirring this through until the tomatoes are evenly incorporated. But not before we add a shot of strong coffee and a generous squeeze of a particular yeast paste that I'm a bit scared to name for legal purposes. And that's our chili done, or at least it will be after you've given it one last stir and the remainder of the potatoes cooking time on a very low heat. After the quickest hour and a half you've ever seen, we're going to remove our potato from the oven and using the aid of a knife and a pair of tongs, we're going to pry our potato apart so that we can butter it. Now that we have our nicely buttered potato, we can finally spoon over several generous helpings of our fresh made chili. And there we have it guys, the chili potato from RuneScape. Whilst you watch me eagerly tuck into this before it gets cold, I'd like to say a special thanks to Crispy for providing the music for today's video. I've put their channel details in the description below. As always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.